Travis, shall we ask you the same questions?
Well, it's only been 2.5 years, and you're right. I haven't gotten in an argument in 2.5.
Hold on to your headphones and football helmets because the worlds of pop, sports, and Hollywood chaos are colliding harder than a Kelce touchdown in overtime. First up, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship is under the therapist microscope, with experts calling their never-fought claim basically unsustainable, and fans chiming in that Travis should just take the L in silence. Next, the couple's symbolic wedding date has finally been revealed, numerology and cosmic energy fully accounted for.
Multiple sources say the billionaire pop superstar wanted to marry her fiancé, Travis Kelce, at Ocean House in Watch Hill on Saturday, June 13th, 2026.
Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni is throwing shade at Blake Lively, comparing her on-set tactics to a certain pop star's victim-playbook drama. On the lighter side, Travis transforms into a claymation elf for the Chiefs' holiday short, narrated by none other than Mom Kelce.
'Twas the month before Christmas, almost the Thanksgiving game, when the Chiefs found an elf, one that needed a name.
And in music news, Bad Bunny storms past Taylor to claim the crown as Spotify's most streamed artist worldwide in 2025. Picture this, Taylor and Travis strolling around like the poster children for cosmic romance, all hard eyes and zero drama, while the rest of us are arguing with our Wi-Fi routers. Their "we've literally never fought" claim has been floating around all week, and honestly, it's giving fairy tale energy, and also making a bunch of therapists clutch their clipboards. The couple got engaged in August after 2 years together, and apparently for the entire 2.5 years they've been dating, they haven't tossed even a tiny passive-aggressive comment at each other. Not one eye roll, not one "we'll talk about this later." Sources say Kelce even doubled down on it when chatting with George Clooney, insisting that he and Taylor just never argue. Like, ever.
Travis, shall we ask you the same questions?
Well, it's only been 2.5 years, and you're right. I haven't gotten in an argument in 2.5.
And sure, that sounds adorable, but some relationship experts are now popping up like, yeah, that's cute and all, but also kinda impossible. One insider therapist even called the whole no-fight thing unsustainable, which is basically therapist speak for "this is not real life." According to her, every couple, yes, even the ones who live in mansions and look incredible in every lighting, hits friction. Two humans, one relationship, it's inevitable. She thinks if a pair claims they've never fought, it usually means they're dodging tough topics like they're playing emotional dodgeball. And then another expert stepped in and said the calm might just be because they don't deal with the classic triggers. They're not fighting about money because, well, they have a combined bank account that could probably buy a small planet. There's no weird power imbalance since both of them are basically world-dominating in their own lanes. Same cultural background, similar upbringing, both wildly successful, both healthy, both emotionally open, both pretty much living in a dream team vibe. And while he said it like he's explaining how magnets work, the internet did what the internet does best, absolutely lose its mind. Because the fans, they showed up with jokes like they were auditioning for SNL. One person basically said, Travis has absolutely no reason to argue with someone who has billionaire energy, so he should just take the L in silence. Another joke that he's simply avoiding becoming the inspiration for a Grammy-winning, soul-crushing, chart-dominating breakup album that will have half the planet crying in their cars. Honestly, valid point. Someone else claimed he's staying drama-free because he doesn't want to wake up one morning with both teenage Swifties and 30-something Swifties forming a digital battle formation in his mentions. Which, yeah, that is a very real and terrifying possibility. Those people don't miss. But of course, the internet being the internet, not everyone bought his peaceful king routine. A few users started circulating that one photo, you know the one, where Taylor looked like she was yelling at him, even though she might have just been shouting over stadium noise or telling him she wanted nachos. Doesn't matter, fans instantly turned it into Exhibit A in their "Sir, we know you're lying" case file. While fans were busy dragging Travis like he's a malfunctioning Roomba, suddenly the internet shifted gears and went, wait, the wedding date? And this one has Swifties spiraling in spreadsheets like they're decoding ancient runes. So apparently the big day is set for June 13th, 2026, at some ultra-fancy Rhode Island spot where the grass probably costs more than my rent. And because Taylor is Taylor, this isn't just any date. It's numerology core, Easter egg coded, spiritually aligned, cosmos approved, 13-infused perfection. Multiple insiders swear she wanted that date so badly she basically walked in like, "Hey bride-to-be, how attached are you to your wedding?" and cut a check so hefty it probably came with its own gravitational pull.
Multiple sources say the billionaire pop superstar wanted to marry her fiance, Travis Kelce, at Ocean House in Watch Hill on Saturday, June 13th, 2026, a date which is numerically significant to the bride. However, upon learning that another couple was already set to tie the knot there on that date, Swift dipped into her deep pockets and made an offer the bride couldn't refuse.
Somewhere out there is a woman who is now booking a rescheduled wedding at a Chili's with a smile because Taylor paid off half her student loans in one swipe.
One of my friends' friends is getting married at in Rhode Island on June 13th, 2026. The venue called her and said someone is willing to buy you out of your date. She said, no, I don't want to switch my date. They called her back and said they're willing to pay for her entire wedding and honeymoon to have this date. So they said yes and think it might be Taylor Swift. June 13th is the only 13th that falls on a Saturday. And it's near her house in Rhode Island. And obviously 13 is her lucky number.
But wait, Swifties weren't done. They clocked the numbers, did the math like they were in a NASA control room, and realized 6-13-26 adds up to 9. Apparently the number of completion and cycles ending. Which sent the fandom into full philosophical meltdown, tweeting things like, OMG, she's completing her single era, while clutching crystals and hydration tumblers. Others started clowning, saying Taylor doesn't pick dates, she summons them from a spiritual Wi-Fi router only she can access. And then there's the seating situation. Tay and Trav took one look at the guest list, which probably reads like the Grammys plus half the NFL, and went, yeah, we're going to need more room. So now they're bouncing between options like it's Airbnb on steroids, her Rhode Island mansion, a bougie nearby venue, a Tennessee farm, or, just a casual private island in the Caribbean. As one does when the biggest wedding issue isn't budget, but which location can handle 400 screaming Swifties and 300 linebackers without collapsing? And just as Swifties were busy fighting over which private island could survive a Swiftie versus linebacker stampede, the internet turned its gaze to another Hollywood showdown, this time with Justin Baldoni dragging Blake Lively into some spicy courtroom tea. Apparently things on the set of It Ends With Us got messier than a toddler with spaghetti, and Baldoni isn't holding back about calling Blake out for playing the victim. And yes, he even compared her tactics to a certain pop queen famous for spinning heartbreak into multi-platinum drama. Sources say the 5 feet apart actor went off in messages to friends, basically describing Blake as a walking nuclear bomb, laying down conditions for returning to set that sounded like she was running her own mini UN summit. Baldoni's take? She was flexing the full Taylor Swift playbook, using the power of implied victimhood to get whatever she wanted while keeping him in the hot seat. And, well, the gossip train didn't stop there. He also revealed some hilariously awkward personal tidbits about conversations on set, like explaining his circumcision during a chat about her pregnancy, because apparently nothing screams on-set drama like unprompted biology lessons. Fans online lost it immediately. Some were tweeting stuff like, bro, this is literally a Netflix miniseries waiting to happen, while others were having field days imagining Taylor personally mentoring Blake on how to play the victim like a pro. Memes popped up faster than you can say lover-era revenge anthem, showing Blake with a Swiftie sparkle crown and Baldoni dodging paparazzi arrows like he was in the Hunger Games. Insiders also spilled that Baldoni initially considered calling Taylor to testify, but then wisely bailed, because who wants to involve the world's most Grammy-laden strategist in your on-set squabble? That decision naturally sent waves through Swift and Blake's friendship circles, sparking whispers that even the calmest celebrity BFFs can hit turbulence when lawsuits enter the chat. And while fans were still spiraling over Blake versus Justin courtroom theatrics, the internet suddenly got hit with a very different kind of Kelce content, holiday elf chaos. Travis Kelce has officially gone full claymation elf for the Chiefs holiday short, and it's called Merry Mischief. Forget Elf on the Shelf. This year it's Kelce on the Shelfie. And he's running wild in Arrowhead Stadium while Patrick Mahomes and the rest of the team are off on an away game. Sources say the short turns Kelce into a tiny jersey-clad mischief maker who somehow rallies the team and Chiefs Kingdom just in time for a Christmas Day showdown against the Broncos. Insiders are calling it a mix of adorable chaos and football strategy, like if Buddy the Elf had a playbook and a tight end's arms. And the icing on the festive cake? The narration comes from Donna Kelce, Travis's mom, who apparently delivers lines like a holiday Shakespearean goddess, guiding Kelce on the Shelfie through all his elf-sized adventures.
'Twas the month before Christmas. Almost a Thanksgiving game when the Chiefs found an elf, one that needed a name. The elf on the shelf, said Coach Reed with a smirk. How about Kelce on the shelfie?
The claymation doesn't stop with Kelce. Patrick Mahomes, Trent McDuffie, Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, and Xavier Worthy all get the miniaturized treatment, making the short a fully animated Chiefs family affair. Insiders tease hijinks involving sneaky passes, stadium-scale elf mischief, and probably more glitter than a Taylor Swift concert. Because let's be real, Travis in elf form plus holiday chaos equals instant meme material.
From that moment on, he was part of the team. It was a match made in heaven, almost like a dream. The team up and left, for they had a game to play. But the elf had big plans while they were away. Oh no!
Meanwhile, the Chiefs are using the short to launch a whole month of mischief for fans, including a Kingdom Scout elf contest, mascot meetups, and gifting Christmas Day miracles. The timing couldn't be juicier, coming just after a nail-biting Thanksgiving loss to the Cowboys that left Mahomes and the squad sitting at 6-6 and sweating over playoff hopes. Reportedly, Mahomes told reporters post-game that every win now is do or die, which in this case translates to both football and making sure Kelce's elf shenanigans don't sabotage stadium morale. And while Chiefs fans were laughing at Travis causing chaos as a claymation elf, the music world just threw its own plot twist, and guess what? Bad Bunny swooped in like a reggaeton hurricane and snatched the crown from Taylor as the most streamed artist of 2025. The Puerto Rican superstar didn't just slide into the top spot, he stomped it like he was headlining a global dance floor. Taylor, who'd been reigning for 2 years straight, had to watch from the sidelines as Bad Bunny racked up billions of streams and probably danced through a couple continents in the process. His album Debí Tirar Más Fotos, an accompanying world tour, basically broke Spotify's global scoreboard, outshining Drake, Coldplay, Maroon 5, and even Lady Gaga. Meanwhile, Swift had to settle for second place this year, which is basically like finishing runner-up in a Fortnite championship. You're still legendary, but someone just yeeted past you. Spotify even made a cute little video congratulating Bad Bunny, showing that Mexico was basically on repeat mode for his hits, because apparently a few billion ears weren't enough. Swift's fans are probably crunching numbers, trying to figure out how to launch a Swiftie counterattack, but Bad Bunny's global domination vibes are clearly untouchable. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.